let's get into recap part 2. This is chapters 11 through 19. We start off with Andarna. We learn that she's an Irid, aka iridescent, through Theo. Theo knows a lot about Violet and Andarna, and that's why she wants them both. Theo tells Violet, if you turn Venin and join me, choose me to be your sage/teacher, I will let you keep both of your dragons. So we learn that whoever your sage teacher is, you can't physically harm them and you can't tell them no. So she says, I'll let you keep your dragons, and that's good for Xaden because, we want him to be able to keep Sigale. But we also learned that higher up Venin can hide that they're Venin from other people. So now we're like, well, who the heck is Venin around us? And how many of them are riders that still have their dragons? Theo also promises Violet that if she turns, that she'll give her what she wants most, which is control and power. And she kind of glances at her conduit. And so I'm like, that's a good reminder. Like, why is Violet the only one that has to use a conduit to be able to wield? Xaden tells Violet that all the Rebellion Relic kids have 2 signets. So even though they have 1 dragon, they have 2 signets. So I'm like, can Violet maybe have 4 signets then, since she has 2 dragons? Who knows? But he does let us know that dragons have been waiting to intentionally pick Rebellion Relic kids because more signets, more power. And Xaden makes a comment that these dragons who are intentionally looking for them and choosing them are kind of building up an army of their own. And so this makes me wonder, are there a bunch of dragons that have been wanting to overthrow the Empyrean for a while? There's a lot of talk about the gods in this chapter, and it made me think about how there's 6 gods and there's the 6 original riders, and I wonder if there's a connection there. Xaden then joins Basgiath as a professor, and he's going to teach how to wield your signet against other people. He also trains Violet how to be able to defeat him, ultimately, in case it ever comes to that. Then, Prince Halden, Violet's ex, shows up to class, and Xaden really quickly learns, oh my god, this is Violet's ex-boyfriend. And when he tries to touch her, he blasts his shadows off the warded mat and knocks him on his ass. And it's super hot, super protective. It's giving like touch her and die energy, which we all love and appreciate. Dane sneaks into his dad's office to retrieve Violet's dad's journal with the secrets of Feathertails. She opens the journal by using a 6-letter password, what happens to be the name of her mom's dragon. In this journal, she learns that her dad wants her to go find a merchant off the coast and to ask them for the books that he left for her. And in these books, we're hoping it'll contain more information on Andarna's kind, Feathertails, and a possible cure for the Venin. But before they can leave on the quest to follow her dad's instructions, they go on a quest with Professor Grady. They go to Arnka to retrieve a citrine gem for Takaris. This mission goes to shit. Professor Grady ends up dead. And a really cool scene with Taryn picking up both Xaden and Violet, which is like unheard of, but she yells down the bond, and he does it. Also, as soon as she leaves the wards to go on this mission with Professor Grady, she talks about how the wards are gone and power is just running wild and free, and she feels like there's more power in the air. And Taryn's like, no, there's actually less out here because of the Venin. He's like, but you are getting more powerful and you're becoming aware of what was once invisible to you. So it sounds like Taryn knows what's up with Violet's power, maybe even more than she does. And she says that she wants to like pluck out of the sky and start weaving runes. And I'm like, girl, do it, because you suck at weaving runes.